Every evening, at exactly the same hour, she would sit by the window. The old wooden chair had aged with her. Its faint creak had become part of the house. Outside, a narrow, dusty road stretched into the distance, empty most days. But not by her. She believed he would walk back. People had stopped asking long ago. "He's not coming back," they would whisper, but her heart never agreed. Love does not arrive late, she believed. Love arrives when it must. She remembered the day he left as clearly as if it had happened yesterday. The sky was heavy with rain. He stood at the door with a small worn bag. His eyes carried dreams and promises. "I will come back," he had said softly. "Wait for me." And she did. At first, waiting was easy. Every sound of footsteps made her heart race. She hoped, maybe this time. Evenings were full of hope then. Nights were filled with whispered prayers. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. The village changed. Children grew into adults. Old houses fell. The world moved forward. But she remained where she was. Her hair slowly turned from black to silver. Her hands trembled. The brightness in her eyes softened, yet never faded completely. She spoke less now. Silence became her closest companion. But sometimes, very rarely, she smiled. A gentle, distant smile. The children of the village called her the woman who waits. She never denied it. She only smiled, because to her, it was not waiting. It was a promise. Seasons continued their endless cycle. Spring brought flowers she barely noticed. Summer brought heat she quietly endured. Autumn carried falling leaves like pieces of lost time. Winter brought loneliness, and still, every evening, she sat by the window, watching, listening, hoping. Years turned into decades. Sometimes, late at night, she would whisper his name into the darkness. Sometimes she wondered, did he forget? Did life take him somewhere too far? But then her heart would answer softly, promises do not die. They travel until they return. One cold evening, when the wind felt unusually still, she sat in her chair, weaker than ever before. Her hands were fragile, her breath slow, her body tired, but her eyes were still on the door, and then a soft knock. So gentle, so real, it echoed through her soul. She did not panic. She did not question. She smiled, slowly, with trembling steps. She stood up. Each step carried years of longing. She reached the door. Her fingers rested on the old wooden handle. She opened Italiano, and there he was. An old man now. Time had written deeply on his face. His hair was white, but his eyes were the same, and his smile the same one she had carried in her heart. Neither spoke at first. Words were too small for 40 years of silence. "I came back," he whispered. Her voice was soft, peaceful, certain. "I knew you would." That night, for the first time in decades, the little house was not silent. The lamp burned longer than usual. Two old souls sat together, speaking slowly, softly, filling the empty years with shared memories, quiet laughter, and tears of relief. Outside, the road was still empty, but inside, love had finally come home. The next morning, the village noticed something unusual. The wooden chair by the window was empty. The door was slightly open, and inside, she lay peacefully, a gentle smile on her face. Not a smile of goodbye, a smile of completion, because some weights do not take life away. They fulfill it.